Good morning. Happy to sort of talk about my personal experience. Obviously, everybody's got their own individual problems and experiences. In my case, I felt that I had a number of issues that were starting to connect to each other. So I had an eye problem, the skin over one eye was affecting my sight. I'd broken my nose several times as a youngster in sport. I'd had cosmetic surgery, but that was 35, 40 years ago, and I felt that my face was starting to literally cave in. It may have not been noticed by anybody else, but to me, something was happening, and it was seriously affecting my confidence and also just being vain and just getting old, which I wasn't ready to accept. Quite simple. So I started off at more fields correcting my eye, my pupil, which had misshapen, and that was corrected. But obviously it would only return if I didn't deal with the tissue and skin around the eye. That's when I first met Julian, and we discussed the eye, and we did eye surgery, and that was fantastic. I was so pleased with that. But of course that, to me, led me on the path to say, well, there's no point having half a head, I might as well deal with the bottom half of my head. And at that point we discussed the issues that affected me, which was my neck, even my earlobes, and most importantly my breathing and nose. So to mentally justify it for myself, I had to convince myself I needed some of this medically, so it wasn't all vanity. And by justifying that and dealing with what I'm doing, the medical side of things, I may as well expand that and treat myself to some cosmetic stuff as well as part of the whole package, which I'm absolutely delighted with, and I'm happy for Dr. to share with you previous photographs. But I think the biggest impact for me has been also the confidence and psychological situation that's been paramount to as I've started to heal and feel that my confidence is coming back. Because I don't think one fully understands the psychological impact of having something that's personal to you, that affects you, that friends don't notice, or friends say, oh, don't worry about it, but you notice it. And a lot of the time friends notice it, but they're being kind. So to overcome the stigma of saying, well, there's nothing wrong with me wanting to feel better, look better, it's quite, there's nothing wrong with that. So I embarked on this journey, which has been about a year, and I don't regret 1 minute of it, and I feel absolutely great. So I can thoroughly recommend that if you have a doubt, most certainly discuss it, because it's not just about the physical side of it. If you've got it, it does affect you emotionally. I don't believe that anybody is not affected emotionally over one thing, whether it's their teeth, whether it's their eyes, whether it's their hair, whether it's the size of their posterior, or their weight, their height. Everybody's got something that really does, if they could wave a magic wand. And for me, dare I say, I was considered quite a handsome chap when I was younger, and I miss that that sort of feeling that I had. So therefore, I very recommend talking and moving forward. I think one of the things as well is fear. What will I look like? Will I look different? I've had several procedures, and the fact is that initially, yes, they do. At first day you think panic, but similar to a pregnancy, I suppose. A woman changes her body shape, she goes through pain of the birth and everything else, but no matter, as soon as the birth's over, she's forgotten it. So it's only been 6 weeks for my major operation, which was nearly 8 hours, and already I feel great, and I don't regret it 1 minute. In fact, I almost have a job remembering what I actually looked like before the procedures. So I don't compare before and after photographs. I don't look back, but I do know there's a significant change. And slowly the feelings come back in my mouth will start to work again, and I'll start to smile again. So I'm even conscious of it for a period of holding my hand over my mouth after the procedure, but that goes. It just disappears. And I think the most dramatic thing is that you forget what the problem was. You don't keep reflecting back to this. My eyes were like this, my nose was like this, my skin was like this, and you just forget you ever are like that. Yeah. And the most important thing is, so does everybody else. They can't remember. So they may say, "Oh, you look well," and I think, "What did you look like before?" It's almost like sometimes somebody wears glasses and takes them off, and someone says there's something different about you. They've forgotten that you've worn glasses. You've known 20 years with glasses. After 3 months, they forgot you ever wore glasses. So it's a bit like that. So I think there's so much more to the actual mental side of things as well as the physical side of things.